Boko Haram is not just an Islamic group. Boko Haram is a part of the ISIS, which has been created, like President Donald Trump acknowledged it, by the Obama American administration. Boko Haram in Cameroon and in Nigeria, even in Chad and in Niger, in the Chad Lake. Boko Haram is not an African's autonomous organization. It is rooted in Al-Qaeda, which has been created in the 80s by the American intelligence services to fight against Soviet Union in Afghanistan, as everybody knows who has studied the case. We Africans today, we know that those so-called jihadist organizations who are attacking Africa are not motivated by religious goals. They are just pioneers, mercenaries of imperialist and neocolonialist Western and Middle East powers. I personally have written, I think, one of the best books of this 2025 year. The book is entitled Imperial Terrorism, the current form of the imperialist Western and Middle Eastern aggression against Africa, with all the proofs. You can book that wonderful work on Amazon and know about it. So intellectually, we know, and we clearly know, that Boko Haram is not a religious problem. Boko Haram is a geopolitical and geostrategical problem. That is why we clearly accuse the Nigerian and Cameroonian government of being responsible of the expansion of this terrorist group. Why? For three reasons. The first reason is they know that Boko Haram is not an African autonomous organization, but it is just a part of a greater and larger organization created by the NATO services and supported by Middle East monarchies. Our leaders in Nigeria and in Cameroon know that very clearly. President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was perfectly aware of that, but he has never been able to say the truth, to tell the truth to his people. Former President, late General Muhammadu Buhari, a military, was perfectly aware of the roots of that Boko Haram in Western destabilization. The ruling president of Nigeria, Adebola Tinubu, knows that Boko Haram is just the hand of the imperialist Western and Middle Eastern head to destabilize Africa and continue looting its natural strategic resources. But they have never been able to say the truth to their people. So is the case of Biya Paul and his oligarchy of criminals, corrupted people at the head of Cameroon. They clearly know that Boko Haram is the hand of NATO's and Middle Eastern imperialism. But they are not able to say the truth to our Cameroonian people. The reason number two is they pretend that they are fighting against terrorism. But they are in cooperation with the powers which created those terrorist organizations. This is a contradiction. You cannot, on one hand, pretend that you are fighting against terrorism, and on the other hand, cooperate with the powers who bring support, who bring weapons, financial means to the terrorist groups, and even mediatic visibility to those terrorist groups. You cannot do the same thing and the contrary. This is the reason number two. There is a strategic betrayal of the Nigerian, not Nigerian, but Nigerian, Abuja, Lagos government against Nigerian people. Like there is a strategic betrayal of the Cameroonian government against the Cameroonian people. And reason number 3 is, clearly, it is the defeat of the economic politics, the economical politics in many Nigeria areas, like in Cameroon, that explains why terrorism is going ahead. The expansion of Boko Haram is supported by misery of the people, ignorance of the people, fanatism of our people. Where people are weak, where they are poor, where they are hunger, they will be easily entering in terrorist groups to have something to eat for the day. These are the 3 motivations why I formally accuse Cameroonian and Nigerian government of responsibility in the expansion of Boko Haram. That accusation is not valuable for Chad or for Niger surrounding the Chadian lake, the Chad lake. Because in N'Djamena, like in Niamey, there is a serious shift in the policies of fighting, of struggle against terrorism. The Chadian government has removed French and American troops from its ground openly, and they have put an end to military cooperation with those powers. So has it been done in Niger by President General Abdourahmane Tiani, in Burkina Faso by President Ibrahim Traoré, like in Mali by President Assimi Goïta. So, clearly, the responsibility of the Cameroonian and Nigerian government is unavoidable. So that is why I concluded my speech today by giving my recommendations for true solutions to this problem. The first